back, everyone, to the JR Wisdom channel. I want to thank y'all once again for tuning in. Old and new subscribers alike, and all the new viewers, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you turn into a subscriber after this video and you can see something you like. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is tends to be very common, more so in places that are melting pots, more so than homogeneous societies, like places like melting pot like United States. I mean, you have India. There's different places all over where there's melting pots, but primarily a lot of these countries you have a different variety of religions and caste systems within these countries and these societies. So this is where the issue comes up of when someone is either getting into a serious relationship or marriage. This issue really arises, and it happens very often, and many people, men and women, are faced with this dilemma, or sometimes it can be an ultimatum brought on by someone's family. And what makes it really difficult is that a lot of times, despite the religious differences, people genuinely love each other. But due to their cultural pressures and the family's wishes, they're compelled to make, a very crucial decision. And this crucial decision can cause a split from their family or their society, what they have going on, or it can even cause a split, obviously, from someone that they love. They really are in love with, for who that person is. And I wouldn't go as far as saying unconditional, but if both of them are willing to overlook the religion, but you both have these outside forces, not forces, but outside influences telling you, hey, you need to marry someone that's of the same religion of us. That's when it becomes, an issue where you've chosen love, but your religion is saying otherwise, or your family is. So with that, when making this decision, whether you're a man or a woman, first of all, as far as any religion should be concerned, there is no compulsion in religion. You should not be compelled to convert to someone's religion, for any reason, so to speak. This is first and foremost, as far as that, compelled by any, or, coerce, threat, harm, anything like that. All those questions they ask you at the airport and all these other places. You shouldn't, it's understandable, you should, if you're going to be with someone, to learn about that religion and be respectable, but no one should be forced into it. If you're entertaining the thought of possibly converting, make sure you learn everything you can about the religion, not just from that particular family. You need to learn about the religion objectively, so to speak. And if this is something that you really want to venture into, and because this is your salvation at the end of the day, and this is your afterlife. For those who are believers in the afterlife, this is something that's going to affect all of that. And if your spirit isn't aligned, or your beliefs aren't aligned with it, then you shouldn't be doing it. By all means, though, if you're willing to overlook that, either way, educate yourself on that person's religion, because you don't want to toy with something like that. You definitely don't want to toy with that, not at all. Some people, in relationships, and you might be one of them, they'll settle for some religion rather than none at all. And I guess this comes in when you have kids. If you have two different people who believe two different things, and and this can even be down to, being of the same religion, so to speak, but a different denomination. Like you can be a Christian and, someone being a Baptist and someone being a, Pentecostal, AME, CME, all these other things. But even though your core beliefs are the same, Methodist and all these other things, there's differences slightly. So there can even be, issues with that. But if you're willing to compromise on these things, then by all means, do so. But if it doesn't sit right with you, then don't go with it. But what I was saying earlier was some people will settle for some religion rather than none at all. I believe, and I'm just throw Bill Maher out there for those of you who are familiar with Bill Maher. His father was Catholic, but his mother was Jewish, and obviously the beliefs of a Jew, of which a Catholic is essentially a Christian, but a Jew falling in line, which this tends to happen in a lot of marriages, a Jewish woman falling in line with a Catholic man, and her just saying, well, I'll take on the beliefs of my husband just so that my family can have some sort of religion rather than none at all. Even though the beliefs of someone who practices Judaism is significantly different from a Catholic, the major one being Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ being the Messiah and the Son of God and so on and so forth. So, but she, in her situation, she was in love with her husband, and she decided that, she would, keep her religion Catholic, and keep her religion, on the low, and just they would attend mass and all these other things like that, just to have religion in her kids' lives. So that's something she decided to do, despite being Jewish. So, and this is commonly what an unwritten rule is, that a woman tends to follow the religion of her husband, so to speak, which is an unwritten rule, and it's not usually the other way around, where a man follows the religion of the wife. Not to say it doesn't happen, but the man being the head of household, that's normally what happens. I remember there was a woman I used to work with a few years ago. She was telling me a story about a good friend of hers had converted to Islam just because the woman that she was the man that this woman was interested in was a Muslim. So because she wanted to impress this guy and I guess his family, she converted to Islam without really doing her research on anything, just because she just wanted to be with this man. Obviously, this was, for the wrong reasons, so to speak, that she jumped into this. But needless to say, the man ended up breaking it off with her. They never got married. He ended up, just cutting ties with her altogether. But she held tight to the religion, and she said it was the best thing to ever happen to her. So in that case, things like that happen where it is a blessing in disguise and someone comes to love that religion. But at the end of the day, you have a mind of your own, and you make a decision that's best for you. And if you have children, you make a decision that's best for your children, even though children, as some people look at it, children shouldn't be indoctrinated. Children should be able to make their own choice as far as religion. But I do believe that children should have some structure, and as they grow, they'll be able to branch out and formulate their own thoughts as of what they do believe in, because most people have a natural inclination to do certain things as opposed to being indoctrinated and molded into certain things, because they'll grow up becoming resentful and doing other things as they grow. For those who, not negatively, for those who are indoctrinated young in certain religions. So I just want to close out. If you really don't care about religion at all, I highly recommend, once again, you research if you're marrying someone or getting with someone, you research this religion thoroughly, because you may be signing up for something that may have certain requirements of you that you may not be all into or willing to do. So that's just my last thing to say about, converting. Man or woman, converting. All in all, life is about choices at the end of the day. You do what's right for you. Love doesn't judge, and it should be unconditional. So you do whatever works for you. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you just go ahead and like the video. Right now it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just hit the like button. For those, or dislike it, however you're feeling, Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell so you get all the notifications on all my videos. Check me out on social media, Amazon. All the links are in the description. If you got any topics you'd like me to discuss, feel free to email me the topics. Shout out to Char Willie for the topic. We'll be covering more coming up. Feel free to throw a couple coins in the well of wisdom if you don't want to like the video. It's always cool to do that as well. So, that's pretty much all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it once again. And remember, anything lost can be found again, except for time wasted. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.